So you just bought all your new PC parts and you have absolutely no idea how to put it all together. Stick around because I'm going to show you how. Alright, so this is going to be a mid-tier all AMD and deep cool gaming setup for 1440p gaming. Let's go over all the parts and I'll show you how it's done. Alright, so for the processor we went with the Ryzen 7 5700X, 8 cores, 16 threads. For the GPU, we went with the PowerColor Red Devil RX 6700 XT. For the motherboard, we went with the Asus Prime X570P. For the RAM, we went with 16GB kit of Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro 3200 MHz speed. For the power supply, we went with the EVGA 750 watt. In terms of cooling, we went with the Deepcool GamerStorm Captain 240 Pro V2 with anti-leak technology inside. For storage, we went with Silicon Power 512GB SSD M.2, another Silicon Power 1TB drive for his game library. And just because I anticipated a little bit of GPU sag from the RX 6700 XT, we went with the GPU support bracket from Ion Kid. Last but not least is the case, which is the Deepcool CG560 series mid-tower ATX case. Alright, next up, you're going to grab your processor out of the box, and we're going to put it on the motherboard. So you want to be really careful handling your CPU. Hold it from the sides like this. Make sure not to touch the gold pins on the underside, because they will bend and leave behind oils from your fingers. Line up this gold triangle right here in this corner of the CPU with the motherboard socket right here. Go ahead and lift up your CPU socket. Very gently drop in your CPU. No force is required. Drop your lever back down, lock it into place. Next up, get your RAM out of the box, occupy the second and fourth slot. Line up this notch with the notch on the motherboard. Also make sure your tabs are pushed open. Some force will be required. Push down until you hear 2 audible clicks. Only install one hard drive for now, so that way it makes installing Windows a little less tricky. And it's going to go in just like this. 24-pin power supply cord goes right here. 8-pin CPU power goes here in the top left. Alright, next up is the GPU. Push this tab down, slide the card in the slot. Alright, so now I want you to grab a screwdriver and we're going to jump the system since we don't have it in the case yet. You're going to be touching this pin right here. I don't know if you can see it. This pin right here to that pin. Just like that, it's on. Alright, so now we're ready to put this thing in the case. I want you to do reverse order exactly what I told you to do with this GPU. So we're going to push this tab in to release it. And we're going to take it out so we can put it in the case. And once you get everything put in the case and hooked up, this is the finished product. Hit the plus button for more.